Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls, Golden What If, whatever you want to call me. And I'm back, finally, with a new What If. I know it's been a while. I've been really preoccupied with everything going on. I'm kind of entering my finals-ish with all the testing for my senior year. But right now, I'm back. It took me like a week to make this. Sorry about that, but hopefully when summer starts, that's when the grind's really gonna happen and you'll see way more videos coming out. Alright, I'm not gonna waste any of your time. It's what if Tanjiro had God of Destruction breathing. Let's get it. Long ago, when the first version of Earth was created, there was a man that some saw as a god, in which destroyed the earth for solely the sake of destruction, keeping a balance of all things. And it is said that every billion years, one person is given the capabilities of that so-called god. Some never even discovered that breathing and that power they gained from this mysterious god, not until a young boy gained that power and mastered it. This is the life of Tanjiro, the user of God of Destruction breathing. Tanjiro is just a kid who is dearly loved by his entire family and frankly everyone he's really ever made contact with. One day it was snowing and Tanjiro decided to sell coal to the village near his family's home. Tanjiro, you don't have to go out in this weather. It's not very good right now. I know, Mom, but I really want us to have a good New Year. His siblings begin to protest why they can't go with him, but he ends up leaving on his own to sell the coal to the nearby village. Once he arrives, everyone wants to buy coal from him, and also many of the villagers there ask for his help. After a long day, he begins to head home as the sun is about to set, until a man tells him that there are demons that lurk at night, and it would be best for Tanjiro to stay at his home until dawn. Tanjiro then agrees and eats some food and lays down to fall asleep. When he awakens, it is dawn and he begins to head off to see his family. On his way up the mountain, he begins to smell blood and a foul stench of something else that just abruptly vanishes. He runs and runs and runs, eventually making it home to this overwhelming smell of blood. He then sees his whole family dead and covered in blood. Tanjiro looks around, seeing his family without any color, until he sees his sister Nezuko still breathing. Without a thought, he carries his sister Nezuko as fast as possible down the mountain, until he falls off with his sister. As he lands, his sister Nezuko begins to try and kill him. He fends her off with an axe until a man with a sword comes and takes a swing at her. Kid, that is a demon, get away. No, she's my sister, please don't hurt her. The man then charges at him and takes Nezuko away instantly. Kid, this is no longer your sister, but if you want to save her, give it your best shot. Tanjiro then runs around the trees. Seemingly his aura begins to flicker a purple, and as this happens, the mysterious man looks at him in shock. Tanjiro then runs at the man, and the man knocks out Tanjiro. The man then realizes that the axe is no longer on Tanjiro, and he barely dodges an axe that was thrown in the air prior to the attack. But the axe also held with the same purple aura that Tanjiro had around him. The man then looks behind him to see that the tree behind him was just gone, poofed into nothingness. What the hell is this kid? Could he be a wielder of that breathing? Tanjiro then awakens to a knocked out Nezuko and the man waiting. Kid, this is what I want you to do. Go talk to my master by the name of Urokodaki in the mountains not far from here. Also take your sister and make sure she stays safe. Tell Urokodaki that Tomioka sent you. Then Tomioka disappears in an instant. Tanjiro then heads to a nearby farm to get a basket for Nezuko, coming to see her burrowing down into a cave. After putting her in the basket, they begin to move to the mountain as the moon rises. Climbing up the mountain with Nezuko, they come across a demon known as a temple demon, or the temple demon devouring a human. A demon. The temple demon then turns and begins to speak. "This is my human to eat. Buzz off. Wait. You are a demon, but not you." The demon then charges at Tanjiro with seemingly amazing speed, smacking him away. Tanjiro then picks up his axe and begins to fight with the demon, not doing much until Nezuko jumps into the fight, helping Tanjiro cut off the demon's head with his axe. But as this happens, Urokodaki arrives, explaining to Tanjiro that you must burn a demon to kill it, most effectively with the sun, but also by cutting off their heads while using a special sword. As this occurs, Urokodaki brings Tanjiro, after they burned the demon, Urokodaki brings Tanjiro to his home, and as Nezuko goes to sleep, the training of his begins. Initially, the training consisted of traveling down the mountain and we're trying to dodge various traps that allow him to increase his strength, stamina, and many other attributes. Then, as they began their sword training, Urokodaki began to talk about the power that Tomioka said Tanjiro may be a wielder of. "Listen, Tanjiro. When you had an encounter with Tomioka, you tried to hit him with your axe, correct?" "Yeah. Why?" "Well, when you did that, did you notice anything at all?" "No, I just woke up and that was it." "Well, we have suspicion that you hold a breathing technique that gives you heavily destructive power called God of Destruction Breathing." "God of Destruction Breathing?" "Yes. So the next year or so, we will be training you to harness that power." Urokodaki begins to train Tanjiro, trying to use principles of water breathing. Not until he approaches the end of his training, in which Tanjiro was completely sleep deprived and sorry about that. He's completely sleep deprived. And at a stage of practically death, that's when he began to use his concentration breathing, and his aura began to glow a purple. Urokodaki then explains to him that he needs to figure out how to access his power at will, and frankly, will be coming up with his own forms because of basically the unknowingness of this power. In agreement, he trains for another couple months, making 2 forms. Urokodaki, after the training, then explains to him that he must slice this boulder to be allowed to participate in the final selection. With that said, Tanjiro begins to breathe. Destruction breathing. First form. Destruction's judgment. Dashing forward, slicing the boulder in half, as well as crumbling about 1 foot of the top of the boulder as well. With a nod of acknowledgement, Urokodaki tells Tanjiro that the final selection will be in the beginning of his demon slaying, as long as he passes, but that he wants Tanjiro to create more forms and gain a little more control over this power before he goes. Tanjiro, trusting his master's judgment, he begins to train what he was told, gaining what seems to be his 8 specialized forms of destruction breathing, feeling that there could be a 9th, but it may be completely out of reach at this point. The night before leaving to the final exam, Tanjiro eats well, with Urokodaki telling Tanjiro that he believes that he will succeed in this journey. The next morning, Urokodaki tells Tanjiro that he will watch over his sister. While leaving, he then tells Urokodaki to tell Sabito my thanks for the inspiration with my forms of breathing. In shock, Urokodaki just smiles underneath his mask. Arriving at the final selection, there are 2 little girls, it seems, that begin to explain how the exam worked. "You will need to survive 7 days in that forest ahead of you, and make it up the mountain to be announced official demon slayers. After all the talking and explaining, Tanjiro sets off in the forest. He was immediately charged at by a demon. "Come here, kid. I need your flesh." Tanjiro then parries the demon and hits it on its head. "Tell me, is there a way to turn a demon back into a human?" The demon refused to answer and kept swarming him. "Fine, I'm sorry." Destruction breathing, 5th form, Destruction's hilt. Hitting the hilt of his sword on the head of the demon with such force that the head comes off clean and just disintegrates slowly. Another demon sees this and tries to attack Tanjiro, but then gets the same treatment. Tanjiro begins to go around looking for demons to defeat, defeating them all, and decides to even ask ask all of them about turning a demon back into a human, knowing that doesn't even bother asking about it, because knowing that if the first demon in this forest didn't know, then the rest most likely won't know either. After slaying multiple demons, he hears a large sounding footsteps and screaming from the distance. "Come here, kid. I need to eat you." "Help! Please help!" Demon, the hand demon, then turns to Tanjiro. "Oh, one of Urokodaki's brats. I've eaten so many of you already. One more won't hurt. Those masks are basically a target being set. The fact that even the kid with an orange hair couldn't kill me." Tanjiro begins to think. Is he talking about Sabito? Sabito? "Don't you dare talk about him. Destruction breathing, 2nd form, Destructive spinning wheel." Launching himself at the demon, and with a false confidence, the demon decides to just take the hit, but his head is sliced completely off with one foul swoop. Should have tried to dodge demon, or at least brace yourself. Tanjiro then kneels down next to the demon, looking into his eyes, seeing the despair in them. "Demon, if I could send you somewhere peaceful in the afterlife, I would. But frankly, you have killed so many, but I do wish that God graces you with forgiveness." The demon begins to cry and fades away. Tanjiro then heads to the top of the mountain where the final selection is officially over. He sees that there's only 4 other students who passed as well. "Damn it! Give me my sword, or I'll hurt you!" In an instant, Tanjiro grabs the Slayer's arm that is holding the seemingly little girl's head and breaks it, telling him to back off. They then explain the ceremony of choosing the ore for your sword, as Tanjiro makes a quick decision using his heightened smell, being able to quickly pick out the ore he wants. Tanjiro then heads down the mountain, and when he makes it down, he looks and finally sees his sister after almost 2 years. He runs to hug her and runs to her and hugs her. "Nezuko, you're awake!" Urokodaki then joins in the hugging them happily after Tanjiro made it back from the final selection. They then go to the house and begin to talk about when Tanjiro will get his sword. Urokodaki tells him that the sword will come in the next days. Tanjiro then explains about how he faced this weird hand demon. Then Urokodaki responds, "Well, you must be ready for demons with crazier powers than that. It's called blood demon art, and they make every demon very unpredictable. So make sure to train that your breathings of yours. It's still very unknown and you must be careful." Tanjiro then agrees, and then they head to bed. The next day, the swordsmith arrives with Tanjiro's sword, and when he grabs the sword turns a dark purple color with light purple aura surrounding it. The smith, in complete shock, explains that he's never seen this, but Tanjiro and Urokodaki have a good idea why the sword turned out that way. After the blacksmith leaves, Urokodaki gives a wooden box to Tanjiro to put Nezuko in, and he finally sets off on his journey. The crow he was assigned begins to tell him that the town up ahead has missing girls and that a demon is to be suspected. Tanjiro then arrives and sees a man beating another man and beating him senseless. "You idiot! You had one job! keep my daughter safe, and you couldn't even do that. I'm sorry, I tried to protect her. Tanjiro then dashes in and gets the man to stop beating the other while laying on the ground. Tanjiro then begins talking to the man. What's your name? Kazumi. Okay, I need you to tell me what happened when your wife disappeared. Well, we were walking around the town at night, and then out of nowhere, I looked to my side and she was gone. Okay, thank you, sir. Tanjiro then begins to search all around, trying to catch a whiff of the demon. Nighttime then strikes, and he gets a faint whiff of a demon, and then it goes away, leaving just a small remnant of the demon smell. Tanjiro then smells the demon once again, as the demon comes out of a portal from underneath the ground. Kid, what are you doing here? To kill me? Yes, I'm here for just that, actually, but I'm also on business, you could say. Tell me, can I turn a demon back into a human? Kid, even if I knew, why would I tell you? As the swamp demon says this, he arises from 2 different portals. 3 of them, huh? This is going to be tough trying to protect this guy as well. Tanjiro smells a human in the portal and quickly gets her out and puts her in the arms of Kazumi. Damn, now I gotta protect them both. Nezuko then busts out of the box. Nezuko! Yes, perfect. Nezuko, please protect these 2. I need to try to save anyone else. They aren't alive, Demon Slayer. She's the only one left. Why? Why would you? Why not? Why not? Damn it. I got one more question for you. What, kid? Your last wish before death? Muzan. Who is he? The demon that freezes in shock. I guess you do know him. The Tanjiro in front of the demon then disappears. Destruction breathing, 4th form. Destruction's illusion. Tanjiro then jumps out of the portal, making sure that there truly wasn't anyone in the portal anymore. Destruction breathing, 1st form. Destruction's judgment. Slicing the demon in half, making the demon slowly disappear. Tanjiro then kneels down and asks, who is Muzan Kibutuchi? The demon then looks at Tanjiro once again in fear. I assume you do know who it is. You just can't tell me. As the rest of the demon perishes. Tanjiro then walks over to the man holding the girl he just saved, and gives him the bow that his wife was once wearing. Tanjiro then tells him to keep pushing forward, and that's to never give up and think about what his wife would want. And Nezuko and Tanjiro head out to the city that supposedly has demons residing there as well. They head over without much resistance at all, and when they arrive, Tanjiro begins to basically get some food. As he begins to eat, he smells something. A demon. The same demon that killed my family? Muzan. He's here. Tanjiro, in a full sprint, sees the suspected demon and grabs his shoulder. What can I do for you, kid? As he turns, the suspected demon stands there with a child in his arms and his wife at his side. What's wrong, honey? I'm not sure. This boy just grabbed my shoulder. It's him. But he's hiding with humans? With a family? I can't try to kill him now. It wouldn't work. There's too many people around, and I couldn't even attempt that in front of his supposed child. Tanjiro, in shock, just stands there as Muzan walks away. Muzan Kibutuchi, I will hunt you down, and I will be the one to take your life. I was blessed with something that not even you can fathom, and I promise the person you will see is me. As Muzan walks away, he turns a man into a demon, making it so the crowd will basically cover up his trail. Tanjiro then swiftly knocks out the newly made demon and heads back to where Nezuko was sitting. Soon after, he was then approached by seemingly another demon, but held no killing intent. You, Demon Slayer, come with me. Why would I do that? Aren't you a demon? Yes, but I need you to come with me. Lady Tamiya wants to speak with you, and your weird-looking sister. Okay, look, for one, I will go with you. But secondly, Nezuko is not weird-looking. She is the most beautiful girl in our village, so you better apologize. As Tanjiro continues, they run into a wall and actually walk through it. Yoshiro then explains that this is a containment spell to cover up their whereabouts. In a distant alley, Muzan speaks to two other demons. Look, there's a kid with a red scar on his face. You find him and bring me his head. They then leave and Muzan begins to think. Because if he has the breathing technique that he supposedly flaunts, the longer he lives, the harder it will be for me to become a perfect being. Tanjiro then begins to talk to Lady Tamiya about if there's somehow a way to turn a demon back into a human. She says, well, yes, it is a possibility, but that she would need blood from the 12 Kiseki, and which they are basically the top demons, but like behind Muzan himself. As Tanjiro is about to speak another word, a looking dodgeball, like a weird ball, comes straight through the house, and then another, and then another. One strikes Yoshiro right through the head, completely decapitating him. Yoshiro! Don't worry about him, he will regenerate. Tanjiro then begins to fend off the dodgeballs flying into the house. Damn it, there's too many. Everybody back up, I don't want to hurt you. Destruction breathing, 8th form. Destructive aura. The purple aura around him begins to widen more and more, and as the dodgeballs touches his aura, they completely disintegrate. Tanjiro, what is this? Long story short, this is my destruction breathing. Supposedly I'm the only user at this point. Not sure about any further details. Tanjiro then calms himself. Destruction breathing, 3rd form, destruction's dance. He then begins to close the distance toward the demon by maneuvering around the walls, picking up speed as he moves forward until he reaches the outside. I will give you one chance to leave now. You are the one we're after, so why would I leave? You just said we, right? Oh yes, there is 2 of us. Yes, actually. Tanjiro then begins to just fade into nothing, and the female demon is just completely confused. Destruction breathing, 4th form, God of Destruction's illusion. Kicking the demon with the eyes in his hands out of the tree. Wow, kid, you found me pretty quickly. Listen, I'm going to give you one more chance, demons. Muzan, what is he exactly? Why would we even tell you that? We are loyal to him to death. That is all I needed to know. Destruction breathing, 7th form. Before creation comes destruction. Tanjiro charges at the demon, leaving imprints of his footsteps in the grass, slicing off the demon's head that was once in the trees. Tanjiro then turns to the lady demon and repeats, Tell me, Muzan, what is he? The demon then just stands there in complete shock. I'm truly sorry. I am. I wish this world didn't have to be like this. Maybe one day, you will come back to be a better person. Destruction breathing, 1st form. Destruction's judgment. Tanjiro then slices off the demon's head. He then kneels down. May your soul be cleansed. Tamiya and Yoshiro then come out and question Tanjiro about what his breathing even is, but he can only give a vague explanation on it. And then they begin to talk about the blood, about needing blood from the 12 Kiseki. Tanjiro and Nezuko are off once again.
Go to the mansion.
Sorry.
Go to the mansion. People are being taken. Go to the mansion. People are being taken.
Okay, Crow. Tanjiro then begins down the road and comes across a boy with orange-looking hair.
Please be my wife. I'm going to die soon. Please.
No, get away. I already told you. No.
But why?
Tanjiro then grabs the boy with the orange hair off the girl.
Wait, what are you doing? I just want her to be my wife. Because before I die to a demon.
She doesn't want to be your wife.
But.
No buts. Come on, let's go.
Where are we going?
On a mission. I was already on my way to do so anyways.
But no, I don't want to die.
You won't. Just come on. It's safer if we stick together anyway. They then continue to walk. Tanjiro then asks for his name, learning that it's Zenitsu. When they arrive, they see two kids in complete shock and fear, hiding underneath trees until they hear noises coming from the mansion. Hey, are you two okay?
Our brother, he got took
him in there?
Yes. Please help. Get my brother back.
They all head into the mansion together, and both Zenitsu and Tanjiro get split up. Until Tanjiro comes across a demon with drums on his body. Tanjiro begins to try and speak with the demon. Hey, Mr. Demon, I have some questions for you. The demon continues to talk to someone seemingly out the room. Demon, hello? Muzan? What is he? No answer comes from him. Okay, fine. As Tanjiro was about to say something else, a guy with a boar mask comes from the ceiling. That demon is mine to slay. What, dude? Aren't you a demon slayer as well? The guy with the boar mask then takes a swing at Tanjiro. What are you doing? I'm not the demon. As this occurs, the demon shifts the room, sending the guy with the boar mask out of the room. He then begins to spin the room, trying to make Tanjiro lose his footing. Tanjiro then begins to close the distance, but is slashed by his middle drum. Oh, so that's your blood demon art. Well, how about this? Destruction breathing, 8th form, destructive aura. The aura around Tanjiro sparks once again, covering his body, and once again he begins to charge at the demon. The demon tries to slash at Tanjiro, but it seemingly hits him. But the aura drops from Tanjiro's body, with seemingly no damage actually occurring. Destruction breathing, 5th form, destruction's hilt. He then throws the hilt of his sword, decapitating the demon, but before the destruction could actually erase him, he was able to somewhat regenerate. The hilt of your sword, kid? The hilt of your sword, kid? Why would you do that? And I will admit, you have one mean throw. Tanjiro in front of the demon then just disappears. What? That can't be. He was right in front of me. Destruction breathing, 4th form, destruction's illusion. Tanjiro, now right next to his thrown sword, grabs it and cuts the demon's head off. I'm sorry, demon. May your soul rest in peace, and may God find forgiveness with death. If it means much at all, your music is definitely beautiful. I hope you can continue playing even in the afterlife. The demon begins to cry and dies with a smile on his face. Tanjiro then begins to head outside, hearing Zenitsu pleading to someone to stop hitting him. He comes out to see the guy with the boar mask head kicking Zenitsu. Come on, let's fight. Whoa, let me fight what's in the box. Tanjiro. Protected this box because I knew how much it meant to you. Tanjiro then disappears, and when the boar man tries to kick Zenitsu, once again it is caught by him. You will not hit him anymore. Oh, what are you gonna do about it? Tanjiro then throws the boar man at the tree, and as he hits it, the tree disintegrates. Whoa! How did you do that? What's your name? Tanjiro. What's yours? Conjuro! You need to show me how to do that. No. I will learn on my own, so I can do it better than you. I asked what your name is.
Oh, I mean, I sort of don't have one, but if I did, Inosuke sounds good to me.
Well, if you want to come with us, we're about to set off. The crow interrupts Tanjiro, tells them that they need to go rest at a nearby house. Well, I guess we're gonna go rest. They then leave off together and meet an old woman that allows them to stay at her house until they must set off on their next mission. Before they go to sleep, Nezuko comes out of her box. Zenitsu does his normal Zenitsu things.
Tanjiro, why did you not tell me you were carrying around a pretty girl?
She's my sister, Zenitsu.
Still.
Dude, let's go to sleep. The next day, the crow comes telling them to head to the mountains, the most near to them, that there is a forest where demon slayers keep going in but never come out. The three of them head to the mountain with the forest, and as they approach, Zenitsu refuses to go ahead in the mission.
No, I don't want to die, and I won't go.
Zenitsu, you won't die. Come on.
No.
Okay, we're gonna go now. We have a mission. If you want, meet us up there. Tanjiro and Inosuke make it up the mountain to see the demon slayer in distress. What's wrong? The demon slayers. They're all like puppets now. Tanjiro and Inosuke head over to see that the demon slayers are attached to strings and begin to try to kill him. Inosuke, don't hurt them. They can't help it.
I know, Sanjiro.
We have to string them up on the trees. Help me. They begin to subdue the demon slayers, and as the demon slayers are all subdued, the demon snaps their necks. What? Why would they? Inosuke, you need to find where the demon is.
Yup, just like the leader I am. Beast breathing. Gotcha, you dumb demon. Tanjiro, that way.
They head off in the direction, and they run into the demon doll. We don't have time for this. Destruction breathing, 8th form, destructive aura. Tanjiro then jumps on the demon doll and just begins to disintegrate the doll until the doll was literally nothing else. Inosuke, throw me.
You got it, Ranjiro.
While mid-air, Tanjiro is about to kill the mother demon until he looks into her eyes and sees this sense of sadness and also want for death. She opens her arms wide. She wants to die? I'm sorry. Destruction breathing, 6th form, destructive gaze. Tanjiro looks into her eyes and she begins to see the things that make the demon happy, or at least the things that once made her happy. Tanjiro then slices her head off. She's able to die in peace. I'm sorry, but you have killed too many. She disintegrates completely. Inosuke, we gotta keep going. They begin running through the forest and run into the father demon. He then slaps Tanjiro by surprise without him being able to even react, and Tanjiro just lands in a different area of the forest. Damn, that hurt. Oh, I haven't been hit like that in a long time. That's some flashbacks to training. You must make yourself useful to me, my sister. Now go kill them.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll go kill them, I'm sorry.
What? Why do you talk to your family member like that? Demon Slayer. That is none of your business. But you are in my forest, and frankly, you must die. I'm Rui, and you will die by my hands for threatening my family. Rui guides his strings right at Tanjiro, and he slices through them initially. But as more and more come, he isn't able to really fend them off as easily. Nezuko then comes out of her box to try to help her brother, but once Rui sees this, he strings her up and cuts her up extremely bad. Tanjiro looks at Rui in complete distraught. I must protect Nezuko. Destruction breathing, 8th form, destructive aura. Tanjiro's aura just erupts, but it has something else surrounding it. An intense flame sparks around him as well. Tanjiro with fire in his eyes. Oh, you think you can beat me? Blood demon art. Rui's strings then become full red. Tanjiro charges forward, breaking through everything, but not quite able to close the distance until a massive explosion occurs.
Blood demon art. Explosive blood.
Thank you, Nezuko. Destruction breathing 9th form.
Kagura's Hakai.
He then slices through Rui and his whole body completely disappears in an instant. Tanjiro walks over to Nezuko, passing out on top of her. While under this state, he sees Tomioka protect Nezuko by fending off seemingly another demon slayer until he passes out once again. He passes out, he wakes up surrounded by Hashira and Shinobu splashes water on his face. They ask him why is he traveling with the demon. What? She's my sister, and she's never even hurt or even eaten a human. Hashira, in complete disbelief, just stand in silence until the wind Hashira grabs the box and begins to stab into it. What are you doing? What are you gonna do? Stop me? Tanjiro then disintegrates the ropes that are basically around his hands. You don't get to hurt Nezuko. Then the master shows up, and the wind Hashira forces Tanjiro to bow with the rest of the Hashira. The master announces that Tanjiro seemingly is able to use breathing that was lost to time, and a user only comes to life every billion years. That this breathing stems from the gods. Everyone in just complete shock cannot believe the revelation. The master continues and explains that both Tomioka and Urokodaki have said that if Nezuko eats a human, they will turn their own sword on themselves. So nobody is allowed to touch Nezuko from now on. With that done and said, Tanjiro and Inosuke and Zenitsu enter recovery and also train for total concentration constant. And Tanjiro begins to learn more and more about the 9th form that appeared in his previous fight. After all of this, including Tanjiro being a smooth operator as usual, they head off to the train to join the Flame Hashira. When they arrive, Inosuke is convinced that the train is a challenger, and Tanjiro thinks it's some holy being of the land until they enter the train. When they enter, they begin searching for Rengoku until they find him eating food.
Delicious! Delicious! Delicious!
The three of them begin trying to talk with Rengoku, and Tanjiro asks about fire breathing, and he seems to not know anything about it. But from what he says, then he says that from what he has heard, Tanjiro can combine 2 breathings. Out of nowhere, 2 demons approach, but are quickly defeated by Rengoku himself. The 3 of them gasp in amazement and want to become his disciple, in which he agrees to take them all in. As they all take their seats, the conductor comes around asking to stamp everyone's ticket. Before they knew it, they were all sound asleep. Tanjiro seemingly is just surrounded by snow and begins to hear his little brother. Tanjiro! Tanjiro! Are you back already? Tanjiro's clothes change and he hugs his little brother and begins to cry. They head back to his house, enjoying time with his family. And when at the dinner table, his body lights with a purple aura. In front of his eyes, he sees this purple being with cat-like ears. Young Tanjiro, you have my breathing, and now you must use that to save everyone. I may be the god of destruction, but I now see that there is something out there that must be destroyed. Now go defeat the king of the demons. Defeat Muzan. Tanjiro then begins to disintegrate, waking up to see Rengoku choking somebody, and everyone else seemingly sound asleep. Tanjiro then sees these kids who are trying to invade their dreams, knocking them all out until he sees one of them standing still, crying.
Your dreams. Your subconscious. I felt like I should have been afraid, but It was so welcoming and caring. I'm sorry I would ever do something so foul to you.
Tanjiro then tells the kid it's okay. Nezuko, I need you to cut everyone out of the ropes and protect them until they wake up. Tanjiro then jumps to the roof, seeing the demon. Why would you wake up? You could have had everything. Such a beautiful dream. Why would you want to wake up? Because it's not real. None of it was real. This is real, and I was given a task, and I must fulfill it. Tanjiro then charges at the demon, and the demon tries to put him to sleep, but for some reason it doesn't work. Destruction breathing, first form, destruction's judgment. He then slices the demon's head off. Ha 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 ha. You thought this was my body? Oh no. I am the whole train. What? The whole train? The demon then subtly, or seemingly, disappears into the train. Tanjiro makes his way into the train, seeing that Rengoku is now awake, and so is Inosuke. Tanjiro, you and Inosuke need to go to the front of the train. That is where the real body is. I will protect these 5 carts, and your weird yellow-haired friend and your sister will protect the others. Perfect. Inosuke, let's go.
Sanjiro, I'm the leader, and I say let's go.
Okay, Inosuke. They head to the front of the train, seeing the driver. They begin to talk to him, but then he tries to stab Tanjiro, but the blade just vaporizes. Inosuke quickly knocks him out, and they peel a panel off, seeing the demon's neck. Until out of nowhere, these tentacles seemingly burst out and try to kill them. I'm over this already.
What do you mean, Ranjiro?
Tanjiro jumps far in front of the train. Destruction breathing, 9th form, Kagura's Hakai, striking the front of the train, and it instantly disappears.
Banjiro, how did you do that?
The rest of the demon then completely vanishes with the front of the train itself, and the train abruptly stops. Tanjiro then collapses. Damn, that is just as tiring as before, but I think I'm okay this time. Rengoku then comes out with Zenitsu and Nezuko, and he congratulates them on a job well done. And he's about to ask about how he was able to do that, until they hear a voice in the distance. Well done. Didn't even need Hashira's help. But, in the end, you are just a weakling. Upper 3 Demon, Akaza. Get back. This demon is nothing like you guys can hang with, especially while Tanjiro's like that. Rengoku and the demon begin fighting. And it seems like Rengoku can keep up, but the regeneration that the demon has is just too much for them to handle. Or for him to handle. Rengoku then seemingly out of options. Listen, when you're out of options, when you feel you can't go on, set your heart ablaze and push forward. Rengoku then charges forward, slicing into the demon, and then he gets impaled himself. Damn it! I have to do something. I can't just stand here, even if it kills me. Destruction breathing, 8th form, destructive aura. Destruction breathing, 9th form, Kagura's Hakai. Tanjiro in an instant is behind the demon and kicks Rengoku out of the way. Damn demon, now perish! Slicing through the demon, and he begins to disintegrate. What? This kid? How? How is he? Wait, what if I? Akaza then cuts his own head off and throws it to the side. In the next second, his body just vanishes. But he's able to regrow his body. Damn, kid. That was close. You are worthy of being my opponent. As he says this, he looks up to see Tanjiro. And his aura is in the shape of this being that he has only heard stories about. The god of destruction? Wait, I have to run. Akaza then runs and runs. Tanjiro then collapses looking over at Rengoku, and he begins crawling over to him. Rengoku, please survive. Tanjiro, I'm basically already dead. I'm sorry. But do me this one favor. Go tell my brother to become anything he wants to become. And for you, learn about this fire breathing and become the powerful demon slayer I know you can be. Rengoku then passes from his injuries, and everyone, including the Hashira, all around the area, mourn his death. And that is the end of this what if. What if Tanjiro had God of Destruction breathing? If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below any suggestions you have. I'll try my best to get to them, but frankly, I'm very preoccupied with everything else going on right now. But nonetheless, I'm trying super hard, and the next what if that is coming out should be a My Hero what if. So if you like that more, if you like My Hero what ifs over these Demon Slayer what ifs, I have a good one coming out for you very soon. And if you like both of them, if you like Demon Slayer and My Hero, then you'll especially like this new My Hero coming out. Little hint, little tidbit of what's going to happen. Alright, I appreciate all the love and support, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed making it. So yeah, all y'all have an amazing day. Later.
I don't wanna waste what's left.